There's a person with a vision that God has birthed in their spirit. It's something that it really will motivate you. But at the same time, it's easy to become discouraged when a person has something in their heart that they feel like that God laid it there and that they should follow through, and then it doesn't happen immediately. And this is what I refer to as you've got to be ready and willing for the long haul, because sometimes it takes a while for things to develop. And even as the vision begins to unfold, it's not completed, and it causes a person to have to be diligent, to be willing to stay with it and follow it through till its completion. And sometimes a vision can go on for a long time because it's all in the fulfillment of it. And a lot of times when you begin to see the fruits of the vision, in other words, things are beginning to come to bear like you saw it in your mind's eye, that's just the beginning. And so you have to be prepared for the long haul, and that's just toughing things out sometimes. Because one of the things that we have to include in this is that God is always in the realm of testing and trying our faith and looking to see if we are really committed to what it is that we've asked God to bring about. Because first of all, I believe that if you have a vision and it's a godly vision, then God gave it to you. And God is much involved in it, invested in it as you are. But He's got to be able to know where we are as far as our commitment and our willingness to see it through to the long haul. Because a lot of times people get discouraged and then they quit. And we've all seen that. I remember a time when I was at a conference and I watched a couple up on the platform, and they were talking about their vision. They're going to start a church, and they talked about how they felt like God laid that on their heart to do that. A year later, they've moved on to something else. I remember looking at that and going, okay, that's not quite the way that I understand vision. Vision is something that you become committed to, something that you're going to see yourself following through on this same thing years into the future, perhaps, because it's God ordained and that God is leading toward all. And of course, everything that we would do in the realm of vision is to say, God, I want to give you glory and praise. I don't want this to be about me. And I say this all the time. I said, God, please don't let this become about me, that I would interject myself into it so much. Lord, I want to be about the kingdom. I want to be about that which is expanding God's kingdom. As the Lord, help me to see it into its fulfillment, wherever that may be in the future. Lord, I want to have that a heart that I'm committed to see it through. And Lord, I have to lean on you. God, you have to be the one that's going to bring all this together, and that God will fulfill His vision in His time. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.